Hi! Thank you so much for tuning in for your July 2017 Written in the Stars Horoscope. I'm super excited to deliver you the two readings that we always do, the story of your month followed by a fiercely focused spread to give you some action steps to take to make the best of your money, career, love life, health, etc. So this month there is something really exciting happening in the sky. It's called a cardinal grand cross, meaning 4 planets are taking up 4 spaces in the cardinal signs of the zodiac, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So cardinal signs are initiative takers. This is a massive month to initiate action, to start doing what it is you want to do. But a word of caution, make sure that what you're fighting for is really what you want, because there will be tendencies this month to just fight. There's some like Sun-Pluto oppositions going on, some really Mars-Pluto, oh, it's fireworks, but make them the good kind of fireworks. It is July after all. But you can read more about what that's doing for you personally at my blog, writteninthestars.co. But now, without further ado, on to your
Hey Aries, my fiery friend. Very good to see you for July. We are going to jump right in because I was meditating on you before I even turned the camera on, and Spirit is like raring to go, much in your Aries fashion. So let's do this. Let's see what's ahead for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What does Aries need to know for their highest good for the month of July 2017? July, lucky 7, July 2017. It's coming up for Aries. Okay, that's a nice way to start. Alright, Aries, July 2017. A message for Aries for July, their highest good. Their highest good. Aries. And of course, I gotta say, Aries, if you haven't been here before, you will see me turning cards right side up. I do not read reversals arbitrarily, only because I'm an intuitive reader, so that is not in any way a message of this is how it's supposed to be done or this is how anybody else should be doing it. Everyone has their way. This is mine. I'm sure you can relate to, I'm sure you can relate to that, Aries. Okay. And I turn them right side up so that you can use your own intuition as well to see what you're getting from the cards. This is empowering tarot. This has nothing to do with your life being dictated to you. You can definitely learn from these cards as well and think about, okay, who is resonating when I see this Queen of Wands? Is that you? You are a fiery soul. Aries, July. Nice. Aries, July 2017. Aries, July 2017. Aries, July 2017. Aries, July, alright, 2017. Okay, just make sure you can see everybody here, Aries, and then we're going to get started. Feel bad for you, Aries. I'm sorry, I'm always adjusting. I have cats, so I'll, set up the camera, walk away, and then find everything mysteriously, magically adjusted for me by a couple inches. Which, they're my family. I love them. They're good. Okay. Oh, okay. That's not a bad O, Aries. What I'm hearing immediately from Spirit is that you're turning over a lot of new earth in July. And one of the messages that came through hard, and I should say right off the bat that these are general readings, Aries, so I get a lot of messages, and I try to make them as specific as possible, but please know that some will resonate more than others, and I want you to hear the essence of the message. So the reason I say that is I was about to say that some of you, I feel like you're finding a new home in July. There's been like this quest for a new place to set down roots, to sow some seeds, to get some things done. And Spirit is saying that for some of you, the move has been a result of like a heartbreak or a separation, like I need to get out of here. Maybe even like this is unhealthy for me and I have to go elsewhere and start something that really has a lot more potential to grow. And so some of you are finding this new home, and I feel great about it. I feel like there's security there for so many of you. For some of you, it's even like you might be even moving home with family, or staying temporarily with family, or just getting their support, because I feel like you're surrounded by security. That so many of you, you know, if there was this sense again of some of you having gone through a separation, it's like, okay, well, at least I have this. There's always this support that I can come to. And I feel like there are some beautiful changes coming in July, but you still have a little bit of pushing to do, Aries, which is your specialty. So that should come as no surprise and no problem. But I really feel the Wheel of Fortune is here, and the Queen of Wands, and I definitely feel like that's you this month, Aries. And you can be a male Queen of Wands, a female King of Wands, if it were that. Gender has nothing to do with these court cards. It's more about personality. And what being the Queen of Wands in July means for you, Aries, is you're a creator. You make magic. I mean, the Queen of Wands is here. You know, of course, she's got a wand, Natch. Magic wand, black cat at her feet. Like, she's looking pretty freaking magical. And that's you. The Queen of Wands magic is in her willingness to take the lead, her willingness to take the initiative, to give others room to kind of do the same thing. And you, Aries, know that being the initiative taker, being the one who starts and who says, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to get this and I'm going to be the first one to get there, that means you trip sometimes and you fall and you scrape your knees and you bust your head open sometimes, but you do get there. And the Queen of Wands is willing to take those risks. But the great thing about being the Queen of Wands says you've done a lot of that already. A lot of you have already gone through the kind of like messy, you know, maybe you would have come in as a page or a Knight of Wands at some other time because you still had some stuff to learn and some maturing to do. But the Queen of Wands says that you have learned some lessons from that which you have just been through. And again, like, Spirit is really emphasizing that for some of you, you came out of a relationship. And maybe there was a lot to learn, or maybe some of you have just begun a new relationship and it's full of like momentum and these lessons and like this sense of how far you've come. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so some of you are starting this new relationship and Spirit wants you to reflect on where you've been, like what you have cultivated. You know, if you were a farmer looking at the yield that you had in the autumn, the harvest, and you were looking back on the hard work you've done, you might think, oh man, if I had planted this just a month earlier, I think we would have, you know, triple that crop. Or man, this one did not thrive at all. I should have been more aware that it wasn't going to happen in this climate. There are things that you can learn from your harvest. Whether you like the harvest or you don't like the harvest, there are lessons here, Aries, is what they're saying, for you to empower yourself more and for you to grow a better harvest this next time, this new time. So whether you're in the beginning of the relationship already or you are coming out of the old relationship and you got these lessons, they're saying either way, incorporate these lessons and you will have a much better yield. I mean, I love this Ten of Pentacles. And here's the separation. I just want to point out that there, you know, don't be waiting for any terrible news. This is what we're talking about here. Now, if you've been with me for a while, Aries, you know that I don't sugarcoat and I don't shy away from the negative stuff. And in fact, this is just the sort of person I am, and therefore the sort of reader I am, that I kind of almost prefer to front load the hard stuff and say, here is all the shit that you're dealing with this month, so that they can be prepared. It's like when you're putting on your armor, whether that means like, you know, your phone or your lipstick or a certain shirt or dress that feels like, yep, this is like my power right here. I want you to feel like you have the tools to go forward. And I feel like July is a month where some of you, the reason they're talking about, I mean, they're coming through with armor. I don't want you to think it's because you're going to be in a battle. It's more like that's your attitude. Mars is your ruling planet, you know, Aries, war, all that. You're a fighter. And it's funny, Spirit just said some of these people are really peaceful and you need to remind them that you know that you can be a warrior for peace. You can be a spiritual warrior. And they're drawing my eye here to the Fool. And it's like, yes, for some of you, this journey is literal, like I'm moving to a new geographical location. And for some of you, it's like this separation, this betrayal, it has pushed me out of the nest, and I'm willing to see that it's sending me on a pilgrimage to a new life. It's sending me into a new chapter. I'm leaving the cave. I'm going to go find out what the world holds for me. And I'm scared, but I'm going to take a leap of faith. And what lays on the other side of him is this support and this appreciation and this love and security. So the Fool may look like he's walking off the cliff, but there is a glass bridge there to support him. Like, his faith is rewarded and supported by the universe. And I really feel for a lot of you, it is family or old friends that you're falling back on. Like family that may even feel like friends, or the people that you used to make your network. Doors are opening with a lot of those people. And there's a lot of sweetness and playfulness there. Like a lot of you, I mean, it is summer, right? Summer vacation, Aries. A lot of you are going to be playing. A lot of you are going to be doing things that put you back in touch with your roots and with your childhood in the positive way of like being able to be open and imaginative. And that's going to serve you well because you're going through this kind of like spiritual and, well, this level up. And it's like, it's amazing that you're having this level up. It's great. But at the same time, it does come with having to shed this devil. It does come with some anxiety at walking across what even to you sometimes looks like you're walking off a cliff. Even if you're trusting that the glass bridge will be there, you don't know until you put your foot down and the bridge is there that it's there. So it's totally okay. It's totally natural to feel afraid, but that's all this is. Like, this card looks this frightening very purposefully, very deliberately, because it is the nightmare card. That's what they call it. It's the card of, it feels a lot scarier than it is. It's the card of going and getting a shot. The fear and the apprehension running up to the actual event is so much worse than the event. But Spirit just said, and again, I want to say this because these are general readings, so some of this, again, will resonate and some of it won't. And if some of it is resonating and you want to get a much more personal, in-depth idea of what's going on with you, you can book a one-on-one with me. I have linked my shop below if you want to take a look around and see if something serves your needs there. Okay, so I preface that because Spirit said for some of you, you're obsessing. These are circular thoughts. These are obsessive ruminations of this is how it's supposed to be. Oh my God, what if it turns out like this instead? This is the worst thing that could possibly happen. Blah, 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 and I'm spinning. That's what Spirit is saying. And these thoughts are sharp. These are swords. Don't deflate yourself. Don't deflate your plans. Don't deflate your energy, Aries. You have to make a decision. There's a life for you that is free and full of growth and opportunity. And there is a life for you that is like the devil I know. The devil I know or the devil I don't know. It's scary to come back to life. I just want to juxtapose these for you and let you see. It's almost like they're equally scary. Even though one is so much, clearly the clearer and like more lively option than the other, because I ain't judging. If you like the devil, that's cool. He's not Satan, he's not evil, but he is the dark side, the shadow side, the side of us that feels trapped, addictions, toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, things that make us feel like we have to stay even though we don't want to stay. So it's like, do you want to stay here, Aries, or do you want to come back to life? And that's why Spirit was kind of laughing and saying they're just as scary. Each of them is just as scary. But which one do you want? Are you happy with where you are? Or is there something that is calling you? Gabriel blowing his horn over here. Is there a calling that you feel you must be moving toward? And that even though it's scary, you're willing to do it because the reward is that you'll come back to life. Ooh. Big stuff in July. Okay, so on that note, let's look at your Fiercely Focused spread. Let's see, my action-oriented friend, what kind of steps that Spirit is going to give you to take this month to make the most of it. So, for those of you that have been here, We're going to do the same thing as always, and for those of you who haven't, we start by picking a theme card for your month, a major arcana card, followed by a card that work for the physical, then mental, then emotional, and then spiritual and creative areas of your life. So kind of cover it all and see what you can do to make the most of July. So what does Aries need to know? Aries. Sun, moon, and rising. Aries people, what do they need to know for their highest good, be aware of, embody, or understand in the month of July? July 2017. Wow. Had a little feeling we would see this guy, the Tower. And we're going to pick a prescription card, which I always do when we pull the Tower, just to see what's on the other side of that, or what is the reason. Let's get some clarification. What does Aries need to know? What's on the other side? What do they find when the Tower falls? Spirit. What does Aries find when the Tower falls in July? Mystery. Okay. Played inside the months of moon, as they say. Guess that song if you know. I Heart You. That was like in itself a little bit of a clue. Okay. So the Tower followed by the moon. Did I not say you're going on a journey? And it's a little scary, Aries. But you know what? You thrive in a little scary. You thrive in adventure. Now, that said, I don't want to bypass the Tower. The Tower, the Devil, the Three of Swords. That is some shit, Aries. I don't lie. I ain't here to sugarcoat, like I said. The Tower is something has thrown you, like they said earlier, they alluded to this, and that's why I said I'm not surprised I saw the Tower. They alluded to somebody possibly throwing you out of the nest, or you feeling like you had to fly the coop, or some other, well, it's like I almost want to use the word disaster, throwing you out of your groove, throwing you off your game, forcing you to completely like sit up and shake your head and get your bearings again and figure out what you're doing. And to see the moon on the other side of that, Spirit is saying, be comfortable with the fact that this is transitional. This is, consider July a transitional period. You're going through something, it's in flux. The landscape is going to be shifting. As the moon's light shifts, things start to look different. So be comfortable with the fact that things are still undergoing an evolution and a metamorphosis. So don't be trying to, shove yourself into a certain box, perhaps, a certain role, a certain relationship, maybe, before you're ready for it. Maybe you need a little bit of time and to see what is really here when the sun comes up. What does the land really look like when you're not kind of caught in this mysterious world? And again, mystery can be fun, and you thrive with the unknown and discovery, Aries. It's kind of your whole thing. So get into it. Enjoy it. Make like Aries in Wonderland. Oh, I love Spirit. They make me laugh. Okay. So I feel like we're going to hear and get more details about that as we find the action step cards. So we're going to start with the earthly stuff. What does Aries need to know about money? Jobs, career, business, and even the physical body. What does Aries need to know when it comes to their earthly material resources, their needs for their highest good? What does Aries need to know? Okay. Love it. Love it. Queen of Pentacles. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that when it comes to money. So Spirit really wants you to know, Aries, again, it's like you will be taken care of. And not just that, for some of you, they're saying you are the Queen of Pentacles, Aries. Like, the Queen of Pentacles is Earth Mother, nurturer, savvy with money. It's like whether she has a lot or a little, she makes more out of nothing. That's what it feels like. If you give her $1, she'll come back with $5 worth of groceries. If you give her 50, she'll invest it and bring you back 5,000. The Queen of Pentacles knows what she's doing. And not only does she know what she's doing, part of her magic is that she is so generous and that she fosters and nurtures others and helps them to earn their wealth. And then, of course, just in the natural way of things, they want to give back. Look what you helped me get. I want to give back to you. And the universe gives back to those who give. So it's like, if you have some extra money this month, Aries, which a lot of you will, move it around. Give it to things and people that you really care about, or you really even just desire. You can totally spend it on yourself. You're still giving some money to whoever created this object or this course or this whatever it is that you want to take. So invest in yourself and other people that you believe in, whether it's like you're helping them out with their skills, because that's very Pentacles, that's very Queen of Pentacles, like I'm going to help you with your resume, or I'm going to help teach you this, and then you're going to be able to go out and make more money, or sew, because that's also very earthly, and that's what I just heard, is for some of you this is like learning a skill, like sitting down at your sewing machine or cooking. But invest in yourself. Learn more skills. You become more valuable. You become more valued in July. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. So now let's look at the air element. What are you thinking? What are you speaking about? What's going on in the mental realm and around your communications? What kind of important ideas are you having in July 2017, Aries? July 2017, for their highest good, for their highest good, Aries, July 2017. Wow, stalker cards. Here comes that Three of Swords back again. That's never an accident, Aries. They really want to emphasize the fact that it's hard this month. You are, some of you, experiencing a heartbreak or coming off a separation, so you're still feeling the reverberations. Or maybe some of you even, that is what this Tower is like, I'm finally doing it. I'm breaking up, or I'm leaving the job, or I'm getting a divorce, or, because this is heavy stuff, that's strong stuff, Aries. And it's causing some confusion. But that confusion, like they said, on the other side of it for so many of you is a lush and, like, it's like, I want to say, a fertile future. There are so many possibilities on the other side of that future. And perhaps for some of you, Spirit is using the word fertile very deliberately. That's what I'm feeling. It's like, almost like sometimes when they're coming through certain words, it feels like certain ones are marked with a highlighter. So for some of you, it might be because there are children ahead. Now, that said, if that's not something you want, just be extra careful in July, because you might be feeling a little extra frisky. Okay. Now, let's look at, on the heels of that, related, let's look at how you'll be feeling. What's going on in your heart? What's going on with you emotionally? What are you feeling? What are you expressing emotionally? We have, for some of you, a partnership blooming. What does Aries most need to know in July 2017 when it comes to their emotions, their heart and soul? July, Aries, heart and soul, July, Aries. Wow, 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 geez. Okay, so again, they're emphasizing that partnership, and for, again, with the fact that it lines up underneath that Three of Swords, for some of you, it really, you know, they're just, you had something and it dissolved and it's really hard. But in the same breath and in the same card, there is the promise of something new and beautiful that is growing, or that has the potential to grow, because of course tarot is not fatalistic and it's all about what you choose to create, Aries. But it's there for you. And I mean, Spirit is drawing me, as I look at these two cups, to the waters here at the moon, and the moon controls the tides. So maybe don't be so sad when things seem mysterious or dark, even, because the moon comes out in the dark. It's all about what we don't know. Maybe don't be worried about that. Maybe that is working to your advantage. Maybe that is bringing you new waters, new tides to fill your cups. So trust. That's what I'm feeling with that. The Spirit is like, have faith. Like, this is, we're coming to soothe your heart. I love that. Okay. So finally, let's put you in your element, Aries. What's going on with Aries when it comes to their passions, their creativity, their spirit? What does Aries most need to know for their highest good in the month of July when it comes to what lights them up? What is activating Aries in July 2017? Wow. Wow, wow, crap, Aries. Jeez, and I mean, you're here, you watched. I'm drawing these cards from different decks, but 3 out of 4 you've gotten twice. The Queen of Wands, here you are again. Magical as fuck. You need to remember who you are. You need to remember that you can make your life. And what Spirit is saying to me right now is that for some of you, and this is how it works with all court cards, okay? The court cards do usually represent people that we're going to meet or have already around us that are in the external. So the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, for example, are other people in your life as well, but you meet them or have them or encounter them in your life because they're there to evoke the qualities in yourself, to mirror and kind of, again, I'm going to use the word that Spirit is giving me, which is activate these things in you. So someone is here to help activate your magic. Who do you think of when it comes to, like, who do you consider to be really magical, intuitive, charismatic? They're charming, they're powerful, they're warm. People are attracted to them naturally. You have that gift, Aries, and that potential, and so does somebody around you. And then I'm going to come back to this Queen of Pentacles and say, and then think of the person you think of as like this savvy business person, this gentle, warm, kind, and nurturing influence. When these two come together, like, find these two allies or make them your team or find these qualities within yourself, Aries, and you are going to find that July brings you much further than you might guess to that fertile future that Spirit was talking about. Thank you so much, Aries, as always, for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I would love to hear what you think. You can do that a lot of ways, and I would love to hear from you whichever way. You could join my email list, which is linked below, and talk to me personally. You can find me on social media, which I would also love. And of course, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Like, what is resonating with you? What is not? What's up for you in July? What happened in June? I want to hear all about it, Aries. I love ya. I'll see you next month, and I hope you have a wonderful July. Bye, Aries.